Alrighty. Thank you very much for the follow, buddy. Saf, good day, my friend. How are you doing? The fuck is happening here, man? All right. How are you doing, Saf? How is life, man? I'll just do some quick modifications. I've been doing something off stream. Alright, that's not terrible. Play one game, my friend. Good evening, buddy. Good to see you, man. Oh yeah, we'll need to fix that. It's kind of awkward now on a hover. There's... Yeah, okay, we'll need to fuck my life. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, fellas. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Leo, my friend. Good evening. Windward Hive. Oh my god, I haven't seen that name in a long time. Good evening, buddy. Of course, man. Of course. We're alive, so we should smile, right? What did I want to do? Oh yeah, bookmarks, right? Let's. So I've been doing some things off stream. I kind of wasn't sure if I was to stream today, because I actually enjoyed kind of hacking a little bit off stream, to be very frank with you. But it's actually fine. I'm happy to be here. Andre, good evening, Andre, on YouTube. I've been just doing some changes off stream. Fucked up with drag and drop on Next.js. Good, man. Good. Long week at work. My son, yeah. I put my. I'm very happy to hear that, man. Very happy to hear that, dude. Yeah, I had to put my kid to sleep, and you know, he's still a little bit sick. So I gave him some antibiotics and shit. And yeah, now I'm here with you fellas. My wife went to some friend's birthday party, so basically I have my doors opened here in case my son wakes up or something. I don't think he will, but you know, he is the priority, so need to keep my ear on it, right? And yeah, I've been doing some work off stream. No, not at all. I don't think he's good. He's almost. I've been doing changes off stream. I've been working on Yale, right? Because basically, I want in the next month or two, I want Yale to be fully stable before we continue building new features. But yeah, yeah, you can see I worked a little bit on this, so I improved this alert off stream. I think it looks pretty badass right now, actually. So if I zoom in here, right, so you can see I've added a little bit of this kind of gradient border. So now that kind of looks more in our style. I improved Team Builder a lot. I cleaned it up a lot. Yeah, so I improved a lot of components off stream. I have only one child now, but hopefully we're gonna have more. We definitely want more, but it didn't materialize yet. But we for sure want more. For sure, family is everything, man. So no, maybe one more. It's not really that that I have much say in that, do I? Yeah, for sure, I can tell you. Yeah, definitely. Jesus Christ. Yeah. All right, so I'll just be quick with some of these, and then we're gonna do something hopefully more. My son is almost 5. He's almost 5. Course card. Yeah. It's almost 5. Horror, insanity reigns. Let's just, yeah. Friday is getting. Ah, man, I'm very happy to hear that. Very happy to hear that. I mean, it should always be better. If it's not better, then I fail somewhere, right? So, at the end of the day, yeah, this is all about just people alike hanging together, right? So I'm very happy to hear that, man. When I see some of your names here, my weekend becomes better as well. You know, Dimitrovic, I already told you, man. You need to choose what you want in your career, right? You are doing so many random things. It's incredible, right? At one point, you're not gonna get anything, and you're not gonna get anywhere with that, man. I started my career as Cisco engineer, and that Cisco networking requires full attention. It requires many years of fine tuning and stuff. So you're not gonna get any of that. You need to really decide what it is that you want, right? You cannot be putting so much. You have it doesn't seem that you're focusing onto anything. You need to decide what it is that you want to do in your career. 1 week you wanna write Rust, another week you wanna be a Cisco engineer, another week you want, right? So you need to choose what it is that you want, man. I mean, you cannot do what you want, man. You know, I spent 2.5 years in Cisco Academy, right? Just doing Cisco stuff. Very many years ago, right? So you need to kind of decide what it is that you actually want. Otherwise, you will know everything and nothing at the same time, right? I mean, I just moved elsewhere, and I didn't stop Cisco. I mean, I worked as a Cisco engineer. I didn't stop it. I just I went. I chose. I leaned to more into programming because. Give me 1 second. No, I didn't work at Cisco. I worked as a Cisco engineer. You can go to, somebody on YouTube is asking about the website, I believe. And wait, let me just, somebody in YouTube is asking a question. Let me just answer. All right, so sorry, give me a second. All right, so anyway, what did I want to do? What did I want to do? Yeah, I need to just round up some of these things. So repositories, let's go to repositories, right? Where is this? I just started the company and I don't know what WebSockets and promises are. Well, I mean, WebSockets and promises have nothing to do with each other. So that is like, saying I need to learn what a shovel and a motorcycle is, right? But you started Google, right? First, you learn a little bit about WebSocket protocol, how WebSockets work. You maybe find a video, right? You maybe find a video on YouTube that kind of illustrates through images and some basic fundamental examples of what WebSockets are. And promises are just a way to deal with asynchronous, with asynchronicity, with under quotes concurrency in JavaScript, right? So those two things have. All right. It doesn't matter that it's free, Dimitrovich. Nearly all courses on the planet are free. It's not about, you cannot. That's not about finishing the course. It's about learning. Not finishing a course and learning are two fundamentally different things. You can finish a course and know nothing, right? So So that is the problem, right? Finishing a course is one thing. Actually learning something is another thing. Vastly different things, right? You can finish a course and still not know anything. So that's how it is, right? So why did I decide to do these things differently? Yeah, I don't actually remember why did I decide to do this, but either way, let me just think a little bit here. So because I have so many of these lists, right? And maybe now it would be a great time to finally also and you're not alone, so don't be afraid of the dark and cold. Yeah, okay, I'm just thinking a little bit, how do we proceed with this? Give me a second. In my thoughts and in my dreams, they're all in my mind. These songs of hobbits and elves, can close your eyes. Yeah, so maybe have a list like this, basically, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Blind Guardian is amazing. Absolutely agree. All right, so what I'm actually gonna do, I think now when I look at this stuff, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, I know what to do. So let's actually go over here. What I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna create a brand new component and then the list that we're gonna reuse everywhere. So here I'm gonna say I guess we could call this card or something like that. I don't know if that would be the right name. Give me a second. Profile. Where was that? Where do I have the view? Yeah, actually this view, right? So we could call this our own card, I guess. Yeah, right? Yeah, and then we can have some of these optional things. Yeah, okay. So let's do that, I guess. Turn too long in time. Seven rings to the walls in the house. Come on, Jesus Christ, man. For fuck's sake, dude. Could you suggest something? Want to learn how to write tests for React Next Steps? I mean, in unit testing, right, and end-to-end testing is fundamentally the same concept. If you have ever written these for any other tool, it's the same, right? You have some input and then you have some output that you expect on that input, right? I don't think you need any resource. I mean, I think testing library React, right? So the only thing you really need is, you can start here, for example, and that's it, right? You don't need a course, or these are fundamentally very simple concepts, right? Testing is as a concept, you can learn it all in 5 minutes, right? So it's not that you need a course for that, right? So always use official documentation. That is my advice, basically. Official documentation in most cases is the best, right? Exactly. Yes. All right. Cool. Okay. So, okay, great. So now we have the story, right? And we can work with it now. So if I actually go to my project, right? I want to get something like this, right? So where is this? This is, I guess, articles tab. I think it's still called like that. Yeah, and then we have this article, this thing, right? And I think I literally want to take this thing and have it reusable across the entire project, right? So this is obviously gonna be difficult in this context, but we're gonna get it. So let's get back over to this fella, and yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna rename this to card as it was named, right? And we'll need to change a lot of this stuff. Yep. Something like this, right? We'll obviously have to get rid of, so we'll have to clean this up fundamentally a lot, right? Okay, got it, okay, super, all good, all good. So yeah, some of these things alter, so we'll have to see about this in a second, right? And then we obviously can't, yeah, so we'll have to clean a lot of this stuff up, right? For this card to be truly a reusable component, right? Then this nav link, yeah, we'll have to essentially, yeah, also this part, yeah, I mean, this we could technically have. Article link is, I guess, if we get back over here, where's the article link? Yeah, we ain't gonna have that neither, right? So, but let me just see what I did here, right? So yeah, so we're gonna have something like this. So basically like this, right? So we're gonna do some imports here. And yeah, I can see that we don't have the tags actually here in here in my final hour. Shit, there's so much crap here. Yeah, we'll need to get rid of so many things, right? Because this has way too many things, So instead of removing all of it, let's just comment it out so we can actually, and this is gonna have to be a functional component, right? So we're gonna have to say FC. And yeah, so this is gonna have to say take the title, I guess. So we'll need to author and stuff. None of this stuff actually, that's gonna be a no-go. So here I'm gonna just, for now, let's actually just say interface iCard, right? And yeah, so title and summary for sure we're gonna have. That's kind of generic for the card. Every card is gonna have that, right? So I'll just give it this type over here, right? Tags, slug, date. Yeah, we'll see about these, right? Because that's slightly too much. We'll comment out all of this strange stuff, right? And then card generally is clickable fully, right? So one would expect to be able to click on this whole thing, not just the title, right? I guess. Because for us to use navlink here, we would need to be inside of the router, right? So actually, I'm not going to use the navlink. Yeah, we're not going to use navlink here. Let's just say, let's just change this to a span, for example, right? And then comment this out just so we can get this to work in a storybook, right? And yeah, we're not going to do this, so we're going to get rid of that. And then we're going to get rid of this as well for now. So this should technically now work, right? Let's go here. Use dispatch. Use dispatch. Where the fuck is that used? Ah, okay. I see. So now we need to give it some data, right? If we go to the story here, So let's say title, hello, summary, yeah, whatever. And yeah, it seems we're trying to destructure it from data, so that's not really going to be the case. We're going to basically do something like this for now. Username, where are we? Okay. So much crap that I don't want to remove because I won't need a reference to it. Yeah, that's. Then we also have this fucking crap in the story, which is super annoying. All right. Okay. So now we're going to design this card that's going to be used across the whole project, so we can see if we can actually support all of these use cases somehow, right? So this is the basic one, right? So it just has a, let's call this maybe not summary, but maybe description or something, right? Description. So something like this, right? We still have summary somewhere. Oh yeah, and let's go here and rename this to description as well. Let me just actually move this. Give me a second. Let's just say, just because it's a storybook anyway, right? So let's just, oops. Yeah, just move it a little bit like this. Give me a second. Let's play. What should we play? Let's play Disturbed. I guess Disturbed could be good, right? Let's play like, yeah, let's play something like this. Alrighty, so that's cool. Now the date and stuff, right? So we're gonna have some date when something was created, right? So I guess this display date is used somewhere. Yeah, here. And then the username, so the user who actually who wrote this, right? So we have that case. Then if it's an article author, if it's not, it can't. Yeah, so we can, I guess we basically could solve these use cases with generic props, right? So is bookmarked, is already bookmarked. Yeah, so there's so many of these shitty details here. That's the problem, right? Little Leon. Yeah, so if we can just somewhat smarter kind of do this, right? And then we can have this same generic thing everywhere, just so I don't need, so there's so many places, right, in Programmer Network now where there's so many of these boxes which are basically the same, but we're not reusing the same component, right? All right, so let's kind of do it one by one. So we have the display date, right, which we should probably, yeah, not probably, most definitely set as optional, right? And then, yeah, we only basically want to render this if you pass it, right? And then over here, we have this, right? And I guess here we want to also have this get, do I have it get display name? No, so I should probably, yeah. But no, so let's just say here name, right? Or author name, right? Something like that. Something like that, right? And then even this crap, right? It's just, I don't know, do we have this component? No. So we don't, I didn't move this to Yale yet, right? Add or remove bookmark. Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. We could omit this one for now, right? What else did we have? We have the title, so that's fine. And then tags, right? I think we do have a tag component here. We do, right? We don't have the tags. I see. Okay, so I guess we could also do something like this, right? And then, so basically, yeah, instead of that, we can just say, you know, yeah, tags of string, yes? So we can just say tags dot length, right? I'll get rid of this thing. Cannot name find tags. Okay. So let's get over here. And then yeah, so instead of this, we can just say, hey, yeah, I mean, we could technically, yeah, right? Something like that, right? So let's go to the story, to our story now. Let's try to pass some of these extra props, right? And let's make sure that that's also optional, right? So now I can say tags tag 1, 2. So here we have them, right? Give me a second. Let's play stricken. Yeah, sure. So that's that. Let's say author name John Doe. Yeah, and date, right? What else did we have? Like date, display date. Okay, and let's just generate like a title. Yeah, all right, that's better. Okay, so yeah, so this is gonna be this component should be as pure as it possibly can be. So it should really just display things, right? So it shouldn't convert dates. It shouldn't do really anything. So it has to be as dumb as it possibly can be, right? Yeah, so this is almost good. This is almost what I wanted, right? Just a simple card. And that's, I think, how I think it does kind of represent what we have already, right? Now, with the exception, we didn't support the what's it called, the bookmark thing, right? All right, that's cool, I guess. Yeah, that's it. I guess I can just call this maybe author instead. Let's just think a little bit how we want to call it. So tags display date. Now let's call it date, right? So date. So we have title, description, date, author, and tags, right? So that's as generic as it possibly can be, and I like that. Yep. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so that's great. Now what I also want to do is have a, I guess we could have a card list or something like that, right? Do we need that though? So if we want to have lists like this, do we want bots? Yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny. Okay, yeah, exactly. All right, so card list. I guess we could have components, something called, I guess, card list, right? Or maybe cards. Let's call it cards. Cards dot stories. Cards. Okay, that's great. I like that. Yeah, right. And then in here, right? What the fuck? Yeah, screw that, man. All good. So actually, we're gonna say cards, right? So we're gonna do that crap, and then over here we're gonna have something like, you know, const cards is. Come on, Copilot, you can do it. I need more data to do it. Alright, kind of failed, right? Title, description, author, date. Yeah. Okay, let's see if it's smart enough now to generate few more. Alright, never mind. Okay, so let me just copy a few of these, right? And yeah, I'm gonna just say cards map, right? Come on, man. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Indestructible. Alright, something like this. Just bear with me. So we should have cards now here. So yeah. Alright, cool. So basically now, I guess over here we want to say class name, right? We want to say maybe grid calls to, right? And actually not in there, sorry, that's a wrong spot. We want to go into the actual cards, right? Cards, yeah. Oh, actually we are, what the fuck? What fuck happened here? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, never mind. Never mind. That was actually good. I literally wrote the implementation inside the fucking storybook. So cards should be actually here. Yeah, right. And then this should actually take cards, right? And then so something like that, right? let's make this an FC. This should be basically cards, right? And it should be, if we go to the card, right? Let's create a type file in here. We're gonna say types ts, and we're gonna export this interface I card from here, right? So we're gonna use it here, right? Then we're gonna use it also in here, right? So we're gonna say this should be I card, right? And then we should import this. All right, cool. So now we have this again. So we're there. Can I actually refresh this? Something feels off. Yeah, that seems to be kind of frozen. Let's try that again. Okay. I feel like after struggling that I'm getting there with learning Go, I still need to reread some of the docs. Yeah, I mean, Go is a very easy language, but the interfaces are the part that one needs to kind of spend the most time with, right? So that is kind of the challenge, right? Yeah, interface. Everything in Go is an interface, basically. You see, like Cranberry here says, program to an interface. No, I mean interfaces, no. Program to an interface, not an implementation. We're gonna do Go soon. I need maybe a couple of more streams and we're back to actually doing Go, I promise. I just need to... okay, wait a minute now. So... so what did I want to do? Oh yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's amazing now. That's great. So, and I guess, so this should be grid calls 1 and then MD, just so this is responsive, right? That's a little bit weird though, right? What? Grid? Why is this kind of broken? So weird. What? This is medium, man. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So weird, man. Yeah, there's something wrong there with the responsiveness, it seems. Okay, we need to cover that. That's not good. All right, so let's imagine we have this thing now. And let's imagine that we're almost happy with it. I don't know if we should make this cards. Dark Master. Good evening, buddy. So I wonder now, right? Do we need to do anything more complex now? So we have this cards, which is very, very simple. Too simple. Do I want to make this a little bit more extensible, like maybe provide more props so that we can, choose how many columns we want, right? So let's maybe do that, right? Just make it a little bit more interesting so we can reuse this, right? So let's say here, columns, let's say it's a number. And then here we can basically, we can just use simple class names, right? And we can just say something like this. We can say, Yeah, pretty much something like this, right? So now if I go to, where is it? Cards, cards, cards. So if we go to the story, here we can say, I want cards, sorry, I want columns 3. I think that there's something wrong with the storybook. Let's try, shit. Let's kill this. Oh, no, sorry, this guy did it wrong. Sorry, my bad. All right, right. All right, there we go, right? That's cool. So now I can say 2 columns, and that's okay. So that's yeah, that's a little bit more reusable thing, right? All right, let's see more about that, right? So cards, columns, what else could we and of course, yeah, we want to make sure this takes a class name as well, right? So we'll say it takes an optional class name, so class name string. And yeah, something like that, right? And I guess, I mean, if we want to kind of be more extensible, we could also give it a card class name if we wanted to kind of do some modifications in this. But I would actually be against it, because then one would be kind of almost prone to change things way too much, right? Okay, and let's kind of do the same here, I guess. Just command alt, just a keyboard press. Yeah, actually, yeah, I like that. That's good enough, right? So now we have a simple card, and we have the cards, which is going to be our lists of cards, which we can reuse across time and space. Yeah, that's great. Okay, cool. I guess that's cool, right? And then there was one thing that I saw here. Like, I don't know what happened. I actually just saw it. It's a little bit weird. I need to just, and then we're pushing this. There's one thing that I saw with this fucking thing. Okay. Yeah, that just sucks. Kind of. I saw that. I don't think we have to fix it now, but yeah, I might fix it off stream. Okay. So yeah, so that's it with the cards. Let me just see. Going back to our front end. Yeah. So going back here, right? So we had a lot of shit. Yeah, okay. Well, that's I guess fine for now, right? Yeah, I think so. And then obviously in our front end over here now we're gonna have to compute, right? A lot of these lists, and then to be able to use these, right? So you can see we're coupling a lot of this knowledge internally inside of some of these views, right? But now we'll need to kind of yeah, have lists that have a lot of this knowledge, like the date and let's see, username is from the URL. Yeah, exactly right. Okay, cool. All right, well, that's great. And actually, you know what? I'll just generate some tests for this, right? Because I want every single component to be fully tested, right? And because it's so easy today to generate tests, right? I'll actually make sure to do that. So we don't need to do it with a boat, but we will. So let's go to our robot, right? And let's pair settings auth. No, didn't we like when did I store audience? Test this component as well. Give me just 1 second while this is generating, just to check up on my son. Give me 20 seconds. All right, it's still generating it, so we're good. Yeah. Banana is dead already. All right, beautiful. Beautiful. We just generated shit tons of tests. So that's great, right? Let's run them. Well, all tests are passing, but let me just open this in a new just so we can actually see better, right? All right, so let's see. Well, you can see how amazing ChatGPT is for this store. Renders correctly with all props. Beautiful. Conditionally renders author and date based on props. Awesome, super. And then let's just generate tests for the cards as well. Superb. These tests are great. Let's do the same for this component. Haunted the animal, no more. Liberate, sons of plunder. Ah, this is a good song. Very political song. I have no idea what I'm using, honestly. It doesn't really matter. All of these test runners are doing the same crap, so I have no idea what I'm using, to be honest. Cards, test.csx. Yeah, exactly. They're all doing the same crap for 20 years, right? So there's really no difference. Okay, custom grid class. Okay, so this one is failing. Class name, custom class name, right? Oh, okay, I see. So our cards is basically failing to take the class name. That's a little bit weird. To have group, yeah, it doesn't have. Oh, I see. Let's see what it actually is, right? It's all good, right? Wait a minute, card. So that's a little bit weird. What? Cards class name, blah blah blah. Custom grid class, yes. That's great. That's so okay. So that's amazing. So all of that works, right? Custom class names. This one doesn't work, so that's a little bit weird. Okay. Class names, right? Is here. So weird, man. Why is it not working? Or why is the test not passing? So weird. Wait a minute. Yes, so strange. All right, so what's happening? Okay, applies the correct grid column class based on column prop. Grid calls 3. Grid calls 3. Yeah, okay. To have class grid calls 3. Yeah, so it's almost like now I don't know if it's this fella that's failing the testing library, or wait a minute. Mock cards, yes. Columns 3. All of that is really good, right? Wait a minute, let's just comment this fella out. Okay, so maybe this is the problem, right? It's because of this regex, right? Oh, never mind. So this is doing the length, right? So this one is failing, I guess. Card 1 title closest div to have. Yeah, okay. So I guess the way that we, yeah, that's a little bit dumb. Okay, I see what's happening, right? Because it's having a, so the way that it actually grabs, yeah, okay, got it. So the way that it basically, there's nothing that it can, we didn't give it any distinct thing to be able to find the selector itself, right? So how could we do that? Can we like, no. So what if I say data ID, or we say data. Right, so what if we do something like this? We say data name, right? Max, good evening, buddy. Get by. Is there something like data get by? How was this test ID? What, there was some data test ID, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we could do this if I remember, and then we say cards, right? And then we no longer need this, right? I'm just making just basically continuously improving the how would I say, stabilizing the UI and stuff, Max. I've decided a couple of months ago that I'm not going to be building any new features until everything is fully complete, right? So until existing things are fully stable and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of generally what we're doing overall as an overall picture, right? That's what we're doing. We're kind of unifying things, and yeah. So I'm not going to be building any new features like new projects until the... Okay, this is not working, right? Yeah, I'm not hurrying anywhere, man. I do this at the pace exactly as I want, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely, Leo. I'm not, this is not something that I'm in a rush with, right? So do this at the pace that I personally enjoy. That's all that it matters, really. If I enjoy it, then it's great. If I don't enjoy it, then, well, I usually don't show up, right? Okay, so that's great. So this is now also fully tested, even though, again, it's pure components. Their tests here are not that important, but they are important because of regressions, and you know, we also have you know, all right, so this is great. Oh yeah, and now we actually, every time I forget to do this, hopefully this time, yeah, we need to export these components, right? So I'm gonna say card, and then I'm gonna say cards. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. I like it a lot. That's great. Yeah. All right, just making sure we push everything. Let me just close a bunch of this crap here. Yeah. So, yeah. New card and cards components. Have so big Russian work. Yeah, the work. I mean, the full-time job is different, right? I mean, it's fundamental. Kind of. You know, we're all. That's the life of a startup, right? You're always in some sort of a rush, right? But this sort of stuff, when you're building on your own, right? You do it. Ah, do it as a civil service. I see. I see. I see. I see. I follow. I follow. Ah, come on, man. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Yeah, after I end stream today, I need to reconfigure my VS Code because something got fucked up when I was on vacation, or after I came back from vacation. Just Jesus fucking Christ, man. Are you kidding me, man? Just wasting time on this fucking bullshit here, man. What is it? Which tag was this? 65, right? Yeah. Try that again. I mean, it's. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, man, that it's. I'm pretty sure that it's fine. That it's not. Nothing is free, as I told you before, right? So you know, it's fine to do something. Let's shout out for these fellows. Clarkio, thank you very much, buddy. Din Local, good evening, buddy. Let's see if this is fine now, right? Should be fine. I'm using ZSH. I'm using ZSH. All right, so good. So now we can actually deploy this crap. All right, so I don't know if we're gonna actually so we'll see if I'll manage to replace all of these tonight. I don't actually think so, but it's good that we made these generic components, right? So let's wait for the CI to publish this to npm, right? Publish to npm. Let's wait until this is pushed. Let's go. Where is it? Yale, right? So let's wait until this is published. I guess should be published in a second. Yeah. Let's actually go to our backlog, right? So in a couple of days, I'm actually gonna probably move these on the top, maybe. So I'll need to I don't think that I use any specific ZSH theme. I think it's the default one. We can take a look at that if you want. There it is, right? There it is, right? So this one here, right? It's called a Fowler. My pleasure, man. My pleasure. My pleasure. All right, so this should be technically deployed now, right? Yeah, it should be deployed. Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, cool. So let's get back over here. And let's bump this fella. Let's actually kill this, right? And let's do this, right? All right, super. So now we should technically have these cards. Let's try to reuse them at least in one place. Let's try to use them here, right? So let's close all of this crap, articles tab, right? And technically here now, the problem is we have this infinite list, which, yeah, it's not really going to allow us to use the, because this is basically the class name that, yeah. Elias, good evening, buddy. How's life? Yeah, but, yes, but we could technically use, so yeah, so that's why I'm saying this is not going to be a super, like, this is not going to happen this stream. Because yeah, you can see we have these rows now, right? And we'll need to map this and compose some sort of a we'll need to compose the schema of whatever our card is expecting, right? So let's, I mean, to demonstrate, right? So if we want to pass our card now here from Yale, right? Let's actually just reload this so we get the IntelliSense from TypeScript, right? So if I do card now, yeah, so if we do this, right, the card itself expects these things, right? Yeah, so yeah, so we will need to we need to map to these rows, right, and ensure that, yeah, we construct the necessary stuff, right? Give me a second. I think I had get display name utility that I implemented long ago, right? Yeah, and this takes args. Yeah, so it takes the author, right? Okay, great. So that's good. And let me just take a look at this here. So we don't have any tags, of course, because this is just yeah. So title, summary, as source, slug, author, created at. Yes. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we could give it a shot just here, just to check the implementation of this, right? So here now for the rows, we have to say dot map, right? And no, not really, no. We want to say rows dot map. We're gonna do yeah, an explicit return like this, an implicit return, sorry. And then we're gonna say you know, title is row.title, description is row.summary. Let's see what happens now if we just do this. Interesting. I guess we missed the ID, right? I guess it needs that. All right, so we are actually, in fact, constructing that. So we have the description, we have the title. And I guess what I could do here, we can say author is, you know, and then get display name, and then raw.author, right? So let's see if that works. No, not really. But it should technically work, right? Or maybe I have to refresh. Ah, because yeah, okay, never mind. Because I haven't added it to the console here, right? So it should be there now. Yeah, author is here, so that's good. So So we have the author, we have the description, right? We have the title, slug and ID, date, right? We need a date. And what does it say here? Date, where is it? I think it was created at, right? So let's say here, let's print it first. So let's say date created, row dot created at, and let's see what was printed. Yeah, so that's correct, right? But we also had some utility, date something, right? Get display, get date something, right? Get display dates. But anyway, let's just leave it like this for a second. So that should be fine, right? So let's see now, why does it not like it? So yeah, author, date, description, ID. And yeah, this card of ours should basically be getting these things now, right? So it should be passing this. A list item card, yes. But we actually get nothing, so, and we don't get any error, right? So we're just not actually returning it. Let's see actually what happened here. What did we change? Yeah, very interesting. Okay, so why doesn't it like this though? And what if we just say rows? Yeah, so it works when I give it that, right? Super weird. Okay. Yeah, so we are importing the right thing, right? For sure. I see what's happening. Okay. So this is the problem, right? So these guys actually expect the data prop to exist. So it's basically passing data to my list items. Okay, so that's kind of maybe what we wouldn't say messed up, but yeah. I mean, we could temporarily fix it, right? By simply spreading the row, right? We could just say row like this, right? And then now we actually have our card working, right? So that's good. Okay, that's good to know. And I think actually now when I look at this, right, I think it would be better, right, if we do actually, in fact, that's maybe the only thing we should kind of do. We should figure out if we wanna actually turn dates. Elias, not all. This specific code that we're writing is a lot. Some libraries are open source, yes, but Programmer Network as a whole project is not open source. Probably it is not going to be. But this is, for example, this is the UI library I wrote. I open sourced it recently, and now I'm moving components from front end there, right? But the API and front end, the Programmer Network, they're not open source, no. What did I want to do? Where were we? Yeah, over here, right? Were we? Or over here, right? Yes. Yeah, so if I click actually over here, no, that's what I wanted. Okay. So I guess somewhere over here I most likely display date. Yeah, exactly. So where is this display date coming from, right? So let me find display date, right? Yeah, so we have this convert dates. So I suppose it's this utility that I'm using in most places, right? To get a, yeah, get relative date, thoughts tab, rows. Yeah, okay, so you can see that's what this is pretty much what I'm doing, right? Basically giving the rows and converting these to so actually no, it's okay technically, right? I can see that over here we're not doing that, which is a mistake, but we could basically do something like I mean, this is going to be highly inefficient, right? But this is just to test it, right? So if I do this now, these dates should be slightly better. Get relative dates. And I guess here this should be now, wait. Convert dates, how did I implement this? Display date, right? Yeah. So now, basically, yeah, this should be display date. And then we have 2 months ago. Okay. So yeah, we'll actually keep it like that, I guess. So the one who passes the date to the component decides how they wanna actually convert that date, right? Okay, so I'll need to think a little bit about this, but fundamentally, already what I can see is that I will want to have a utility, right, that does pretty much this for my infinite lists, because most of these lists are they have the same data structure, right? So I'll be able to generalize this, and then we need to make sure, yeah, that this is linked, right? Because you can see now basically it isn't really linked, right? We could have though made it linkable, right, if we wanted, but then I think it's better if this is done from the outside, right? So basically this infinite list technically in my case could be linked, right? So this thing could just have a nav link that takes somewhere, right? And actually here, this is where I'm doing this. Okay, I see. All right. So yeah, so this sort of stuff is very programmer network specific. So I'll need to kind of play with that a bit and just generalize it again. Yes. Because yeah, I can see in a few places I'm calling, yeah. So yeah, I just need to, okay, so I'll just create a task for myself. So I will move this to, no, I'll actually not move that to done. All right, let me just create a task. Unify use of infinite list. Unify how is called and where. Right now it seems to be called in a few different ways. Figure out how do we link using the new card component. Do we extend the components with the link prop, or we wrap the card in places where we want it to be linkable? And then this also has to be linked, right? So this, yeah, I think I forgot about this guy. This also has to be a link, right? So I'm just gonna actually author has to be a link as well. Alrighty. Use new card components on. So we need it here. We'll need it here maybe as well, I guess, if we want to unify this experience across all views, right? So it's just yeah, there's a bunch of places I think that where we want to use this thing, right? We want to use it here as well. So I'll just write these things down for myself. Then if I go to the actual settings, right? We go to UI settings, articles, yeah. So that's great, yeah. Bookmarks as well. Yeah, so essentially I want to absolutely minimize the amount of custom stuff all over the place, right? So you can see this simple card and cards is going to cover all of these views, right? Going to reuse the same stuff in pretty much everywhere. All right, so that's great, beautiful. Just going to write a few things. UI migration bugs, regressions. I'll just need to create a few things. Remove margin from the title. Just gonna quickly skim through places. Team builder, colors icon part has messed up padding. I mean, the thing is, Leo, right? Yeah, I mean, this experience for me with this project was super great, right? Because even though I thought long before this project I knew all of the things, right? There are certain things that I learned that kind of make me happy. So, for example, one thing that I don't regret making my own library. I would have do it again. So I just wish that I, for example, earlier focused on Storybook than vice versa, right? I mean, I did actually have Storybook quite early in the project, but not in the same way. So, for example, if I would do this project again, I would create this and focus on this part, and then use them in programmer network frontend, right? So I would isolate each of these components, make sure that they're not broken, have their states. There's a few of those very basic things with this project that I would do differently, right? So I wouldn't. It's not much that I would do differently, but you know, so because I love this. This is super good, right? This is amazing because now, you know. Now you know all of the nearly whole front end is unit tested, right, indirectly, right, and having these things here, right, having their states, having things, you know, laid out like this makes a lot easier. And then of course I would yeah, I mean, just again, focus more on that. And then, right, but anyway, in the next month or two, we're going to be unifying all of this and making sure everything is awesome. Finalize all of these things, and then, yeah, then we will continue building new features when we stabilize all of the stuff that we have. Remember, oh, this is a good song. Side the nav bar. Alrighty. I think I'm gonna probably continue off stream. Let me just see if people have any. I mean, you can make your own contrast in 2 seconds. It's so easy. That's why we have the theme builder, right? Let's see if there's any questions, and then I'm gonna continue off stream. I think there isn't many people, and those that are here are super quiet, so it's pointless to stream. Because I'm talking to myself. It's pretty much me and Leo. So let's see if there's anybody. My pleasure, man. Thank you, Leo, as well. If you haven't been here, man, I would have stopped earlier. But at least at least you were here, so we were able to chat a little bit. And my pleasure, man. Your time here is also highly appreciated. Let's see if there's anybody to ask anything. Otherwise, I head off and then I continue off stream. All right, I guess that's a no. Well, Leo, I love you, man. Everybody else, if anyone else is here, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys up another time. All right, have a good one, everybody.